It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Friday afternoon. And man, I'm gonna tell you something, I'm tired. Yesterday wore me out.
Why? It was such
Pizza
a great
District
day.
was too long, too many people, too much pizza,
Why
too
you
many
complaining?
carbs.
It was so great, and it was no carbs. It was cauliflower. What's wrong with you?
Because I ate some of the other stuff.
At you, Pikachu.
I had some of the other
Right
stuff.
back at you.
I had some
At
of
you.
the other stuff. But it was a lot of fun, and I want to thank Pizza District and his fiance. May she get better. And our
Yes,
prayers are
Nico
with her.
was
We know that.
fantastic.
It was a fantastic venue. It was fun. Hello to all our friends all over the world. Yes, England, I will get to you today. We signed a deal with England, Italy, Europe, and Poland because we're doing the OTT market. We will get to you guys today. There isn't enough time in the day to do all this.
Quenisha, and now you know why you're here today. Now you know why we have another ad out. We need more people. We need more hands on
And it's
deck.
funny because we brought her on today, and what you do today?
Today,
What you do?
I did. I was a voiceover for a little commercial. That
A
we
new
have.
commercial.
Yes.
Because she's done that in the past, and we just threw it into the ring of fire, and I said, okay, do a commercial.
But I have to thank our crew because we've been busy and it's packing equipment, unpacking equipment every other day. Hector and the Mole and Teddy and who else was there? Jess were there yesterday. It was fantastic. After 2 hours, when you said we were going over, I said, we got to go to commercial break. I can't sit there that long. It's a lot
The
of
bathroom
sitting.
is right down the...
I just had to get up and go. You know, here we get up, we talk, we kiss, we make coffee, we circulate. There, you just sit. And I was like, I can't sit
Did you have
anymore.
fun?
I had a great time. The cauliflower pizza, I left you last night at NN.
Yeah.
And my son says, Mom, I'd like some cauliflower pizza. So I went back to Pizza District on Southwest 18th Street, picked up another cauliflower pizza.
And he told you to take it. You said, no, Freddie, take it. I said, okay.
Well, you had one. I went and got another one.
Now, also, I just want you to know, on Southwest 18th Street, there are many, many restaurants. We're going to be doing another piece there, hopefully, with...
On the 30th, we're going to be at La Chloe. I don't know if you've been there, but the view is spectacular on the wharf side. La Chloe overlooks the lake at Boca Point, and it's so beautiful. So
We're
going
going
to
to
be
do
there.
business on the lake.
They're open for breakfast, so business meetings and everything. They make the best coffee and pastries, and Vivian and Eric are spectacular people, so we're going to be there.
Yes.
We're going to get Marquita over there also, and we're just going to keep doing as much as we can do.
And next Thursday, we invite you to come on tour with us again.
You're going to be a game of axes.
And my insurance, my son was here so I could get my insurance policy
I
up
wonder
to
if this could
date.
be like an axe.
Well, the last time I did one of these deals with my partner here, I fractured an elbow,
Yes, you did.
right? I fractured an elbow on a
Yes, you
bike,
did.
and I got a mouse trap stuck on my hand.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, he did.
And you love laughing at my pain, don't you?
It's like war scars or war stories.
Oh, I have other scars. I have plenty of scars. She gave me, when we went to Hippocrates, we did show up at Hippocrates,
That was last week.
yes, and she had me eat raw.
Sprouts.
Sprouts.
They were delicious.
They were fantastico.
delicious sprouts.
So what do? They put a camera on me as I'm making these faces.
Oh, Teddy, you missed it.
And they call it the Freddy
It
cam.
was
Now
hilarious.
everybody says, hey, you, yeah. Here, eat this.
Hilarious.
It's not funny.
It
You've
was-
given me a very bad reputation.
No,
People are
David
giving me
DePino
flowers
did that
to
to
eat.
you.
Giving me flowers to eat. Here, eat that.
I wouldn't eat the rose, but Hippocrates was great.
But flowers are, there are
Some
certain flowers you
flowers are
can't
edible.
Honey, I'm going to tell you something.
They were a bit strong.
They're delicious.
They were little
I just
pungent.
don't like them.
Oh my gosh. We went out for dinner Saturday night, and one of the kids we were with, 8 times.
8 times.
8 times in a row. And I said, I have a sign for you.
Now this is a shirt that we're having made because our partner over
Oh my
here,
goodness.
she snorts.
A lot. And if I have a cocktail, forget it. It's like all the time.
We
fabulous.
wanted to welcome the book. We call her the book because she's from the north, so we call her the book. Doing the book, and we did the Bright Line.
Yes, that was
Did-
so much fun.
Did you see everybody now is booking the Bright Line?
Good. I should get a commission.
You should.
We should. We should call them immediately after the show and have our agents call.
Yes, Beth. We need to get in contact. Well,
Somebody.
Somebody needs to give us.
I'm telling you, since that shoot, everything has exploded. The clothing and the jewelry and the remotes and Karen and the bags and the accessories she brings. What a spectacular event. We actually
Yeah.
had a designer come and she dressed me. And then she brought Freddie 6 jackets to change into on the Bright Line. In 2 hours, you changed.
I sold one.
6 times. You did sell one.
I saw
Did
a
you
jacket.
really?
Yeah, I saw a jacket on the train.
Wow.
I was like, how you like me now?
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, I like the dress she put me in too. It was fun.
It was
Which
a-
was
it was a
incredible.
lot.
Was it a successful event for you? Raise some money for Rosie?
Yes, we raised probably around $400 from just that small group, which
Very
I think
nice.
is
That's
really
awesome.
Yes.
good. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it was a moving train, for God's sake.
Yeah, it was a challenging event for me to put together, and I have blood on the back of those papers in the portfolio. I literally pinned my jewelry into portfolios, and boy, that hurt. I mean, it took 10 man hours to do that. I had to call my sister-in-law. Are you
I'm
busy?
still a little motion sick, but every time you bring it up again, when you do a live shoot, make sure you're looking in the direction the train is going.
Oh,
for
yeah.
those of you, just for
Oh.
future knowledge, when
Backwards
you and I
bad.
were doing it backwards and sideways,
Backwards bad.
sideways was worse. Not so much.
And you have to get your legs like settled once you stand up and
I don't
you're
know, did you see me
moving.
fall on a
It's-
few people?
Oh my God, yeah, me too.
It was funny,
Totally.
but it was a great shoot. So thank you
fun
for having us.
thing.
We had a lot of fun. We always
Well,
have
the
fun.
funny thing is that I said, wouldn't it be spectacular if we hit something? A rock, not a person, not a person.
It's like we're
Didn't know
going
what had a person. And lo and behold, we hit a truck.
Yes, we did.
No.
We were on the news that night.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Did they mention us?
Yeah, they mentioned the Bright Line had a bunch of crazies on it. And we sideswiped the truck. But he left. The guy left.
No way.
And he kept going.
I'm sorry.
He didn't
Why
stop.
would you attempt to go across the tracks when a train is coming at 70 miles per hour? You're going to lose every time.
Pretty much you're going to lose every time, but yes, it happens a lot. But thank you to Brightline, and they did such a great
Great
job.
job.
Amazing.
Great job hosting us.
amazing.
They're like a giant
Service.
hotel. Because they don't
I
let you
know.
carry bags or nothing in
I
there.
know. They
Oh,
were
wow.
just
Let me help
so
you. Let me help you.
accommodating.
Have you guys
carried
been on
me.
the Brightline?
No,
I
not
see
yet.
spots all the time. I gotta go on it.
They
much
carry,
fun.
they
Goes about
carry
80
you
miles.
on and off the train.
I take the Tri-Rail to MIA. It sounds like I
The
definitely need to
Tri-Rail.
try the Brightline.
That's
Brightline's like, yeah, much,
don't
much
wanna
nicer.
do-
Whole other thing going on.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then my shoe fell apart. I loved that.
Now we're talking about doing a longer version show. Maybe we can collaborate or something, going into Miami and doing it a little bit further, because it's a lot of fun. And the next thing you know, you're on and you're
Right,
off. You're
yeah.
on and you're off. And the best part was the food.
Right? Chef
that
Z.
you had,
Go
which
Z.
was
She was
tremendous.
supposed to be here today, and she has another client. She's
Okay.
been very busy, which
It's a
is
good thing this
fantastic.
doesn't work. If it worked, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
And Butter says raw food equals high voltage.
What?
Raw food equals voltage. And you're shaman.
Listen, wet your finger and stick it in the plug. You get all the way to you and this high food stuff. Anyway,
High
what do we got
energy.
going on here?
We got a lot going on, and because we're in this digital space of digital marketing, not everyone has a paper card. So we've got Isaac, who just wants to engage in the conversation. Isaac Bardos, not Uno Dos.
Bardos.
Bardos.
Isn't the owner of the San Francisco 49ers? Are you part of that
But
family?
I remember your name now. I like
would
that.
love to be.
I'm
Thanks
sure.
for accepting new members.
It's the Bardos family now.
Isaac Bardos, and I think I don't know if you met Isaac or you just introduced with him
Jen
through
G
Gen G.
introduced us, and we spoke a little bit. I told him, why don't you come down? Because we were in between sets. We had a remote, and then we had to go to NN, and then we had some problems, and we're trying to still figure out some other issues, and I couldn't spend as much time. My phone was about to die. Remember I tell you, my phone is going to die any second. So I told
Business
him,
breakthrough, and we have HCR Manor Care with a big announcement that we're going to let you all introduce. That big announcement. We've got Jennifer and Josh from HCA Manor Care, a huge corporation, and how many markets are you in?
30 states?
30 states,
Good
a lot
for
of
his name.
markets.
30
Now,
states.
I know Josh because this is not his debut. See, I got to produce him on another show that we do on Tuesday nights, and he had a blast, right? You had
I
fun.
did, and thank you for having me back. And now, definitely a new Bright Line inquiry for me.
Right.
Okay, we want that commission.
And the cauliflower pizza, might I add, being a vegan.
We're gonna have the pizza on the train. You know, Nico said he would do it. He
He's
would
such
put
a
any
nice
food
guy.
we want anyway. This guy is crazy. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we need food for Thursday because the axe people, they don't do food. They do food trucks. I guess with all the axes they're throwing around.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, well, somehow we got to go early, scattered out, and get some
Yeah, because
B-roll of us throwing
we
axes.
can't send you because you don't know what an Ethernet looks like. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, was that
That's another
hilarious
story.
yesterday?
that was hilarious. You usually go out, you scout where you're gonna do the
I
show.
don't often do the scouting on a location,
She
but
went.
I live right there. So usually the mole goes to scout locations, and here he is. So I go, I talk to Nico. I says, do you have a router so we can plug in? He says, sure. It's at the back of the restaurant, behind the kitchen. He says, don't worry, you can go through the ceiling tiles and come out the other side.
In the bathroom. You gotta go through the bathroom ceiling tiles. Now imagine this. The ceiling tiles in the bathroom. I look
No.
at Dawn and says, are you insane?
I said, should we go scattered out? You said, no, it'll be fine. So we go there, and Nico's not there, and two of the chefs are there, and we're getting ready to send Hector in and Dylan up into the ceiling, and one of the chefs says, well, there's a box right there next to your table. You want to try that one instead? We ended up using one on the register, which is about 2 feet away, instead of running from the box up through the ceiling, across the bathroom, over the refrigerator, and dropping it down.
That's
so it's a whole
why
lot
that's
easier.
why we don't send you.
That's why I'm no longer scouting out locations.
All right, so let's get to the big news. We got some big news.
Big news. Okay.
So get a paper and pen because you want to write down this information. And no, do not text me and say, Freddie, what was it you said? If you do that, you have to watch the show again.
HC Manicare, we've got Josh Perez, you are a nurse liaison with the company, and Jennifer Lanthorn, market development, but for everything. You're just not in our local market.
Right. So I'm a Boca girl. This is home. This is where I
Happens
live.
to be here.
Welcome to the
Love
View.
Pizza District. It's right next door to my house. Been
Really?
there. Yeah.
Oh, you should have come down.
We were
yesterday.
excited once we had a pizza place right next door. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's nice.
But yes, so I am the director of market development. So I cover for us from New Jersey all the way to Florida. So we've got every state in between except North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened in
I
North
travel a
Carolina?
lot. Brightline doesn't go all the way up there though.
Not yet.
What happened in North Carolina? You don't have an office now.
We had one building in North Carolina, and it was the only building we had for a long time. And then we wound up just divesting it because it didn't make a lot of sense. I think reimbursement issues, patient population, just not. I don't know.
Word to the
Yeah,
wise. And
we
not
just
move to
skipped North Carolina.
We skipped over it.
We just skipped over it.
And
Yeah.
tell us about Manicare, and because of your Manicare, so we talked about all the buildings that we know of in South Florida, Manicare, HCR,
Yeah.
and now you are under a bigger umbrella.
Yes. So most people in this market know us as either Heartland or Manor Care. So, right, it's the Heartland buildings, the Manor Care buildings. Actually, Arden Courts, assisted living for memory care are also part of our umbrella. So for over 50 years, we've been in business. We've been HCR, Manor Care. That's the combined umbrella for the company. Toledo-based company. We've got 7 buildings here in the West Palm Beach County area. But over those last 50 years, as you know, there's been a lot of change in healthcare. So reimbursement changes, regulatory changes, honestly just a change in the expectation from the customer. And so we'd had a lot of years of success, but we were at a point where we're really trying to figure out how do we survive moving forward and not just be in this space, but really thrive in this space. And so like a lot of other companies, we were trying to find our place. And so we had an opportunity last year to actually build a collaboration and partner with a company called ProMedica Healthcare. And they are an organization out of Toledo, Ohio, just like we are. So we knew each other. We were already friends. And also with Welltower, which is a real estate investment trust company. And so Welltower had a wealth of experience in healthcare ownership for real estate. Our previous landlord did not have a healthcare background. We were their healthcare investment. And so we had the opportunity to have a switch in ownership from our landlord standpoint, which has been fabulous for us, but also to have this partnership now with ProMedica. They are a hospital-based organization out of Toledo, Ohio. They're a not-for-profit organization. And so we are now, this is the big news we talked
Big
about,
news.
we are officially, on paper, legally, a not-for-profit organization. So for us, we're now in 30 states. We are over 400 skilled nursing facilities and senior services. We've also got hospice. We also have home health throughout different markets across the country. And now we have hospitals that we own, and we also have a health insurance company.
Wow.
Right. So we're learning, right? This is all very new for us.
It's tremendous. And what does it mean that all of these facilities are now considered a nonprofit organization?
Yeah. Great question. And every day I learn a little more about what does this mean.
Because, right, if you all think about it, right, you've got assisted living, memory care, hospitals, all of these things that you normally think of as for-profit, but now you're under a non-for-profit umbrella, which is huge news for the community.
Right, and that's it. The community is the reason we're excited about it. And the reality is, for-profit or not-for-profit, either way, you have to make revenue, right? If you don't have enough money coming in, you're doing nothing for your community or for your customer or for your stakeholders. So regardless, you don't have a mission if you don't have any income coming in. The difference being if you're privately held or publicly held, like we spent a lot of years being, that money that comes in goes back to your investors, it goes back to your stakeholders, and a lot of it goes to taxes. So being not-for-profit, it relieves the tax burden, is the biggest piece. That's what most people think of. Great, it relieves the tax burden. But the most important part is that we're able to take the profits now and put them back into the company and our communities. So we can invest in our communities, something we weren't able to do before, right? We've always cared for patients. We've always been patient-centered. We've always wanted great outcomes. We've always been a leader in the industry. But we always were owned by somebody else that at the end of the day, the goal, after providing great care, because that's our priority, was to make sure they were getting a return on their investment.
Well, and that's any capitalist society. Amen to that.
Right?
I mean, you've been through this with your parents, the aging seniors. It's not easy, and
It's a
you want to
horrible
make.
process. That's all I have to say. So, as someone who's walked through that, just making it easier on the family, because it comes at you at a time when you are learning so much and having to deal with Medicare, Medicaid, home health, all that garbage that you have to deal with. And it's so overwhelming for the families. It's not a fun process. So if you can ease that process for the families, then I would encourage you to do more of that in the community, because it's not an easy process for us to walk through.
And the diversity of needs, it's
Right.
not, right?
Everybody's
So one day
different.
you
Yeah.
may need hospital, right? We talked about a 3 to 5 day stay in the hospital, and then you're going to go into a rehab facility or an assisted living, and then what? And then are you okay to go home or no? Or
Right.
then do you
There's
need a
so
long-term
many
bed?
moving parts.
And what do you do with your partner or the spouse? That was the caretaker, because then inadvertently they end up in the hospital. Sometimes, right, you see a son or a daughter walk in and they go, don't laugh, mom's on the 2nd floor and dad's on the 5th, and now I got to go between two, and I've got my kids at home, right? So it's the community outreach portion of this is huge, because it's all of us. Even though you reach down to 18, right? You talked about you do all of it. If you look at the demographics of our aging population in South Florida, then it's us as the caregivers. Your dad's not here. Your mom, you know what you went through. It's a lot in the community, right? We need that community support to know now that you have all this umbrella.
And I think that's the biggest piece for us that's exciting. You know, and again, we're still learning it, but from ProMedica's perspective, they consider themselves an anchor institution. So it's not just the not-for-profit piece, that they really have integrated themselves into that community, right? We're East Coasters. We're in Boca, we're in West Palm. We're all East Coasters. We don't really care what happens in Toledo. We don't know what happens in Toledo.
I didn't even know what Toledo
Right?
was.
Doesn't sound all that exciting. You watch MASH? You never watch MASH? The Toledo Mud Hens?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. You gotta know that. So, but what they have really done is taken a downtown area, because our office has been in Toledo, Ohio for many, many years. And we would go and visit, and there was really nothing there. It was kind of creepy. Where are all the people? Manor Care was there, and Owens Corning, I think, was there still. But ProMedica came in and said, we want to revitalize this market and this community. And so they actually bought the old steam plant that would provided power for Toledo in the 1800s. They renovated it. It's got this cool, you think you're in Google. You would not think that you're in a healthcare facility, because it's modern and glass and open spaced and interior brick and all of that. And then in addition to that, they started buying space around downtown. And so they built an outdoor park, and they put a big Jumbotron, and now they run yoga every morning on the Jumbotron in the park. They bought a hotel next door. They renovated the hotel, so now businesses, it's attractive to come back downtown to Toledo. All that employment environment that it brings. But the biggest thing that they say, and this is the part we're really learning and I'm really excited for community-wise, is your health is really only about 20% of the interaction you get from your medical and your clinician involvement, right? So all of us here at this table, 20% of how healthy we are is the direct interaction I have with my medical professional. 80% of our health comes from what's called social determinants of health. It's your environment, it's your lifestyle choices, it's your physical security, it's your food security. And so they have spent years investing and researching on how those social determinants of health impact the overall well-being. And so we're learning that, and we're starting to really try and bring that into our communities. And one of the things they did was they built a grocery store in downtown Toledo. They said, we've got a patient population. It's a lot of what we deal with here, right? You've got diabetics, you've got congestive heart failure, any number of other diagnoses that are driven by the food you eat, the choices you make.
The lack of
right?
exercise.
The lack of mobility,
Yeah.
all of those things. And they said, we've got to get to this population before they wind up in the acute hospital. Because you're right, the whole process is overwhelming. And so they built this grocery store, and it doesn't have junk food. They didn't allow it in it, so it's got all healthy food.
Ah, it's for you, Freddie.
Yes, they do cooking classes.
The new Freddie food plan.
Free cooking classes, right? They have started a mobile food truck, so they do healthy food that they drive around the community.
Oh,
I love that.
Food truck.
So there you go. See, a healthy food truck.
Grocery shopping in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because think about it.
Yeah,
Who likes
yeah,
going
yeah,
to the grocery
yeah.
store?
They could serve sprouts.
Right.
Sunflower sprouts.
Have you
sprouts
taste it?
for you.
What I'm really excited about is that this is a new lease in life in your business. And I wish, and I'm glad that you're here because you and I are listening to the other side of the equation. The health thing is going to get better simply because they're going to have more access to more funds. The NFL is a not-for-profit. They run a pretty good business, even though they have teams that are.
Yeah, they need to
knuckleheads.
start paying taxes. I'm just saying that's
Well,
ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you something. When the
Yeah,
NFL started, it was like the booze industry. It was really underground. It was all sorts of stuff. They pump a lot of money because the government makes them do it. You should see some of the crazy things that they spend money on. But let's leave that to the
Yeah.
side. You're going to have this new lease on life. You're going to have more community outreach. You guys are going to raise the bar in the medical industry.
That's the goal. I mean, really, the idea, the ProMedica HCR Manor Care merger, and you listen to Randy Oster, our COO, and then our CEO, who stayed with us, Steve Kavanaugh, talk about it. They want to revolutionize healthcare. And it's about health and wellness. So it is about making the process easier for the family, right? Providing that education before you ever need the services. We've got some pilots that are going on. I can't talk about them right now, but some projects that we're working on that'll be a space for seniors and families to actually come in and engage in wellness activities, education activities, financial discussions, all before you ever actually need our services.
Yeah, because those services are very, very expensive, and
Yes.
most people do not plan.
No.
It's the pre-need. Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's talk about the business side of it. Because I'm watching Isaac's face in his head. I want to know your take on it. As business breakthrough, I think the questions you have on social media are fascinating and intriguing. So let's put some of that out as well. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a new business opportunity with residual income from the convenience of your own home? Are you looking to help people and yourself take control of your health, lose weight, and feel great at the same time? It's time to drink and drop the pounds with Cafe Canna. No need to keep inventory or sit in an office. With 2 simple sachets a day, you'll receive your daily dose of coffee, CBD, and an appetite suppressant. Contact Bev today at 954-612-1271 or visit their website hempshopstore.com. Drink and drop the pounds to a new business and healthier you.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Pure Wave. Supercharge your cells. Energize your body with Pure Wave therapy. Are you ready for improved cell regeneration, less discomfort, a longer, healthier, vital life? Contact purewavenow.com for your consultation. Pure Wave technology strengthens the immune system and metabolism while activating hormone production. purewavenow.com, 561-965-7777.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
And we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. Wow, on a fabulous Friday.
We can't let this go by. Let's go to camera one, please. Let's go to camera one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, we have a new treat for you. On the air, you can come, not only have some coffee, you can have milk and cookies. Josh is doing milk and cookies. I can't believe he said, "Can I have some milk?"
He asked for almond
Who
milk.
else can have cookies without
healthy.
milk? Almond milk,
But
might
where
I add.
else? You tell me what other radio show actually has almond milk and cookies for the guests.
Unbelievable. You
I'm
know,
impressed.
The Brooklyn Cafe, people have come in here and they say, "Can I order a sandwich?" I go, "Sure,
Sure.
whatever you want." He says, "Okay, you gonna make it?" We're not a cafe.
Why would they think that?
Well, and I tried to keep the cookies in. Hector makes fabulous cookies when I bring stuff in to feed our crew because we work here late sometimes. They don't get lunch. And then the milk has evolved, the coffee's evolved, so
Milk and cookies.
milk and cookies. And then the
I
boss
have
says,
Hector
he says,
cookies,
and can
though.
I get a napkin too?
It's really good.
And if you want more information on the milk and cookies, just call Josh.
For future reference, I think I'll be trying to get some cauliflower pizza over here for you guys next time.
Pizza District, and there you have
I'm
it.
still very much on it.
We also have Isaac Bardos with us through Gen G, and she's out doing
The
fabulous
Gen
things
G
this
stuff.
weekend. So she's going to be next week with some new magic to share with us. Exactly,
Yes,
some
we
new
got
marketing tips.
some new ideas coming out. New show, new
Business
information.
breakthrough. You're listening to this whole conversation. Tell us about what you do. It's unique. I'm looking at your questions on social media. If you could have one thing to change or one idea you would do, you could do anything. Really intriguing questions.
Thank you. So I find that people are so busy with so many different projects, so many different ideas, that focus is really lost, even though people talk about focus. You can't look at a picture without focus, right? There's so many aspects of life that you can't have when you're not focused. And the truth is, we give up our power when we give up our focus. So I'm hearing all these, 400 hospitals and 8,000 people, and right, it sounds like half of America is under your care, right? Maybe not yet, but
I'd love that.
It's getting there.
That'd be great.
We'd love to help that many people.
right. But at the end of the day, focus is where where focus goes, energy flows, and where we're able to focus on one thing, we're able to really exert power and not just have the opportunity for breakthrough, but build the momentum to make it happen. And we really shorten the amount of time that it takes to really make transformation when we have that focus. So some of the questions on social media are about if you really had one thing, because we're thinking about 15 and 20, and people are talking about the amazing many, many things, but what's that one thing? One of my first mentors asked me, he said, if you had one message that you could leave your children when you leave this world, like one message that would get through clear and strong, what would that be? Because that's the message that you need to be speaking about, sharing about, and spreading while you're here in this world. And that had a real impact on me, because that was basically a lesson of focus. And I find that often businesses, when they look to be doing so many activities, which is amazing, social causes, big fan of that. Community impact, big fan of that. But what's that main piece where someone goes, oh, you do this, I need that?
I want to know what
Yeah.
your answer was.
So my answer was that I believe that people have so I've been doing what I've been doing for about 12 years, coaching and consulting now with businesses. And
He's 16.
I'm 16. I'm actually double that. So I'm in my 30s, but thank you. I actually get carded when I'm buying wine. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you carded.
even
for
with the
milk and
beard, I
cookies.
get carded. So what my answer was that so often I find that people, we're creatures of habit, right? We have basically patterns that we run. How we wake up in the morning, what time we wake up, the first thoughts on our mind, what we eat for breakfast, how fast we drive to work, what we eat there, what we do after work, what time we get tired in the afternoon. We have habits, and then we come home and we basically have the same patterns. That it's almost predictable. Essentially, the transitions and the things we're doing in our day are almost predictable. So what I realized is that our emotions are basically the same 5 or 6 that most people experience on a weekly basis. Now, I don't know about you, but if I ate the same 5 or 6 ingredients over the course of 7 days, I would feel really bored by that. Could you imagine?
Have you
would
seen
never
my
work.
refrigerator?
Pasta, cheese, sauce. I mean, some people can eat that, 7 days in a row.
Maybe cookies.
Cookies and milk.
Cookies and milk, right?
7 days.
Maybe add some dough to that menu.
Right.
Call it pizza, right?
Cookies and pizza.
Essentially,
Cookies
right?
on pizza.
So it gets pretty boring. So what I realized was there's an emotional wealth in this world that people really, really want. You could have all the money, you could have all the fame, you could have all the experiences, but at the end of the day, there's something to be said about emotional wealth, where people feel so like they're thriving, not just surviving, not just making it, not just killing it, but they're thriving. Where when all the lights turn off and the doors are closed, how wealthy are they emotionally? And so my message was, you gotta expand your emotional buffet of what you're experiencing in life, because this world is so rich. Not just this, but in this and in this. There's so much incredible joy and experiences and emotions to have, but we often don't think about that in terms of business. We don't think about that in terms of what we're focusing on and doing every day. But I've never heard a story about someone on their deathbed that said, I wish I spent more time in the office, or I wish I would have spent more time traveling, or I wish I would have spent... But they do say things like, I wish I had more experiences or more time to spend with these people in my life, or impacting this cause that was so dear to me, right? That emotional wealth piece is something that we all at the end of life say, that's where the real dollars and cents are. So that piece that I really wanted to leave to my children is, how emotionally wealthy are you living?
But does that convert to dollars and cents in business?
So it does. That's great, because when we are happy, when we are feeling excited, we're driven, our comfort zone starts to disappear, because we're not looking at how comfortable I want to be. We're going, how emotionally wealthy, how much fun, how this is going to be a crazy experience to push myself over there, to have that opportunity, to have that impact, to have that income that comes from the things that I'm doing. And we start out not to try to close up and stay in our comfort zone, because we're not looking at what I'm losing or what I'm fearing. We're looking at what is that incredible emotional wealth I can have on the other side of it.
You're the perfect example of that, of having fun and growing and doing. I mean, who goes on 2 to 3 remotes a week and then has a night job? I mean, think about it, what you do.
Well, it's an interesting point that you bring up, because business is changing. Your business is changing. I'm glad that they're catching up. We're trying to catch up, because when you catch up, you're going to have to catch up again. But I'm glad you brought this up, because yesterday when we went on the shoot, until I found out I had to crawl in the bathroom seating towel, I was going to change our delivery. Because, my father says it's never work if you're having fun. If you love your job, it's never work.
Right.
Making $1 when you smile is worth 10, is what I was taught. So it doesn't, the money changes. It has better significance when you hustle and you make it, as opposed to...
You're absolutely correct. That adding value to customers' lives is how you earn your reward. As the more value that you are able to add to your customer in whatever realm it is how much return you're going to get by how much value you add.
That's right.
Well, and this is such an emotional business, and you talk about the anxiety, the guilt, all of those emotions
guilt
that the guilt, right? Hello, we get the guilt around here for sure, right? So
Not
you
anymore.
promised your Sorry, that's good. And so for us,
I think she snorted.
That's what you said. Why laugh, right? Where's my sign? Where's my sign? So if you think about it, for us, of course, if we can meet the emotional needs
Yes.
of our patients, what matters to them, what's important to them, if we can meet the emotional needs of their families to make them feel safe, comfortable, less guilty, reality, right? Ultimately, that does result in financial success
Yes,
because they're going to believe in the product. They're going to want to be part of who we are and what we do, and they're going to come to us for services.
Yes.
And
Right?
And
when
they love their
people
loved
are
ones.
feeling that their needs are met, it doesn't matter. The dollar sign is less of a factor because they go, what's most important to me is what's most important to you. So we are actually working together, not I'm hiring you.
Right.
I'm bringing you, and you're part of the family here. And I think when you have that sense of we're here to show up to meet your needs, and when someone's talking about some of the difficult decisions they have to make, whether it's in your business or almost any business, one of the major, I guess, holdbacks, one of the major challenges is how do we make the best decisions faster? Not so we're looking back and going, we should have put mom somewhere else. That's like the last thing you want to hear. And usually that's a result of, or whether it's we should have put mom somewhere else, or in business we should have invested, made a different decision, fired this person, hired this person. Whatever that decision is, we should have made a better one when we're not clear about emotional outcomes and we're looking at short-term outcomes. Because emotional outcomes put a business owner, put a business leader, put a company in creative mode. When someone's feeling alive, they're thinking way outside of what they've just, that small, right, 2019 thinking. And not only that, they're more creative, they're less fearful, they're able to empower others and bring them on board, right? Charismatic leadership starts with an inspired leader. And if you're talking about making profits in business, it starts with that person who's ready to be that beacon of light saying, hey, status quo is not where I want to go. I'm not cool with that.
It's
right?
funny because I just put another ad out, and I started with, "Are you a visionary?"
Yes.
Because I know in my mind.
Yeah, but you've gotten everything. You got everything. You got people going to the moon, Alice.
Well, you know what? Last time I didn't put the visionary in there, and I was just talking to Teddy. I've got all these ideas I want to bring to fruition that I need help with.
You see, but this is the key, because I think you put your finger on the pulse. And in your business, when you generate, I mean, look at this building. This is 14,000 square feet. And if you don't get emotional in this building, then there's got to be, I got to change your batteries, right? Because when you sell an emotion, then other things happen. The secret is having it here, but then giving it there. And giving it there. And all of a sudden, it's like yesterday. You notice what happened yesterday? Even the workers were dancing yesterday. Because that whole spin, that whole emotional thing, it just goes to another level.
Ever seen so much food?
Food. I've never seen so much energy in a room.
Do you know
And this
Linda
is a pizza
Summers?
joint.
She took a garlic roll home for the dog.
That's okay. She can take that.
The dog is this big. It's her service
The
dog.
roll is bigger than the dog.
The dog in the car. The dog looks at her and she says, "Oh, I know. I have some coming for you too. Can I get a garlic roll for the dog?"
Yum.
But emotional,
How later
being
that was gonna
emotional
go.
in the business will also strive, because people then will walk up and tell you, you know what I really would like to see, and they come with that little, can I talk to you?
See that
When you
yesterday?
when you don't have that energy, when you are not putting it out there, nobody talks to you. And that's when business begins to go in that downward direction. That's why in Florida, because I'm not from Florida, and I'm sorry I'm not, I'm from New York, and in New York, it was 24/7, 12 months a year. That was the way we were raised. It was work, work, work. Here, people like going to the beach. You like taking a little time off in the summer. You like that sun and the rain and the da-da-da-da. You can't do that when you run businesses. You have to be a little bit smarter, or you fill the gap emotionally, right? You guys are on the right path, I think. People ain't gonna like you too much, because it's gonna force them to come to the well and change the water. That's what's gonna happen here. That's what's gonna happen.
There's a lot of community pieces that can be addressed with what you're doing.
And really, because transformative is the word that they use. We're hearing that now around our organization. We want to be transformative, which you hear that in plenty of places, just not usually in healthcare, right? We are not an industry where you think, wow, revolutionary. Healthcare, not so much,
Yep.
Nursing homes, not so much. And so there is this energy, as you said, and excitement around what we can do. And just little things. You kind of mentioned it earlier. We talked about you go to the hospital for several days, you come to us for a couple of weeks. Our average stay now is 30 days max for the most part. 90% of our business is short term and goes back home. Well, then you go back to your house and you're diabetic and you've got congestive heart failure. You've got all those diagnoses. Anything fresh in your fridge?
Not-
You've been gone.
not this-
Not so much.
Right.
And so we're piloting programs and sending patients home with healthy food.
That's amazing.
Right. And we talked a little
That's
bit about
amazing.
we're building some relationships with some local food banks and some senior specialty meals, and really trying to think about not just how do we impact this patient right here in these 14 days that they're with me and what we're making out of this monetarily, but how can we impact their overall life, health, and well-being and help their progression back into the community?
What's interesting is we're looking at this from two ways, because for you, it's the business, the advertising, the marketing, the nursing, the healthcare provider side, the business side. The receivers, though, are the patients. What Isaac's doing, you're B2B, right? So you're
Yes.
business to patron to consumer, but it's still business. So it's interesting that we can have this whole conversation. What type of businesses are you working with?
So primarily I work with either established organizations or I work with people who are just after the startup phase in their business. So they're not just looking to launch, they've already launched, and now they're hooked because they see that it really works, they can make some good money, and now they're going, okay, but how do I scale it? How do I really move it forward? And very often those decisions are emotional decisions because they now have leverage. They're worried about failing because they know what success looks like and they don't want to experience. No one wants to come home at the end of the day and be like, I should have done better. I could have, would have, should have. And emotional decisions are very often at the helm of what's going on when someone's making decisions at the C-space of an established company, or someone who's the owner of a new company and they're looking to scale it. But scaling is about, like you were saying, it's about how can I make the best, you mentioned the word transitions, right? How can I transition from this situation or this market or this opportunity or this amount of success to that next level? And very often what I've seen is the people who make the best transitions are the ones who learn how to do it first in their life, and then they can do it in their business, or then they can do it in their community, then they can do it in their company.
Interesting. Dawn, it makes me think of you and your business, right? Yeah. Because everything, your business is so emotionally vested in you.
Totally.
And where you are and the jewelry you make. And it's
And the
spectacular. And then the next level for you to get to that next level.
Right.
But look what she does, right? Because there's an emotional cost. This is exactly what he's talking about, right? But all of a sudden, that's where they're coming from now. You know, that not for profit that they've decided to go in that direction, like you said in the meeting, that's a game changer. You know, it takes a person from being a number to being a person. Okay, now we both are with people who are in the business, right? And they come home beat up because of the business. It's not all flowers and greatness. I mean, there's some sad things that I seen Linda come home and she tells me, I lost 3 patients today to death. Not that they went home, they died. Now, when you start watching, and Chuck is a doctor, I mean, he's around death. When you start watching these negative things in life, you better dig deep. Because you're going to have to bring that energy some more. Because the next day, you got to be the best at what you do again.
Yeah.
There ain't no good job. You know, you don't feel good. You feel pretty yucky, right?
Yeah.
When I lost my mother,
Right.
right, in Puerto Rico, the hurricane, condemned hospital, she died. You know how many people died? We found out over 300 people have died in this hospital. And the government is still looking for bodies. The bottom line here is that you have to bring it every day. You know, what you're talking about is a job in itself to bring this thing and bring it to another level.
But even think about our schools, what our teachers are going through, right?
Look at that.
Same type of thing. It's a service industry. We're educating our youth. Nothing more important, right, than educating our youth. And what's happening to the teachers and the kids and the lack of discipline. And I didn't even tell you the story I had to tell you yesterday. But what's
Starts
happening
in the
is,
home.
well, that's a whole nother story.
Well, that's
because-
another movie.
That's a whole
That's a whole
other
nother
story.
movie.
It starts in the home with mom and dad. And is there a dad? Yeah.
Is there a dad? Is there a mom?
Conversation.
But you know, sometimes
But it's the
there are.
emotionality, the emotions of scaling up our school system, right? I mean, Isaac, what you do covers all businesses, and you can look at a school, right? You can look at the education system. What's happening when the teachers go to work every day? Are they vested in their kids? Are they going to collect a paycheck? To be a teacher, you have to love what you're doing.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
love those kids or you wouldn't be a teacher. So you go with emotions and you go with your wallet and you go buy
Well,
your
you-
supplies.
You had a story about
So
that.
what I just want to clarify, I don't work with every industry.
But you
the-
could.
I could. The principles can apply universally.
That's what I'm thinking. Your principles apply
They do.
on
They
across
do.
everything.
Yes, and the beauty of what I offer is because it's so focused on the person rather than the company. Because companies don't do things; people in the companies do things. And the way that we talk about it, we sometimes talk about these large organizations or government bodies. Or there's no one. The government body's not doing anything. It's just a noun. It's the people in it that run it. They make all those differences. So, I do focus on more product-based or specific service-based industries, but at the same time, I'm going to go down on a limb about healthcare and how I got into this and why, I come alive, I get energy when I talk about it. My background is actually in healthcare. Before I was doing coaching full-time, I was actually going for a doctorate in healthcare. And I actually left from getting my doctorate just a few months before getting it. Because the more I was working in that industry, the more I found that I was walking into the hospital, I was walking into the clinic, I was looking around, and I don't know about you or you guys at home, but think about the last time you walked into a hospital, a nursing home, a center. How many smiles did you see on the people who are working there?
Yeah.
I understand about the people that you want to say who are maybe visiting a loved one that they're very concerned about. I get that. Or maybe the people who are the residents or in the hospital or the nursing home. But the people who are working there, they literally have the opportunity and the training to change people's lives, to give them another few years, change the trajectory of their healthcare and their plan. But at the same time, I was looking around, I'm going, the people in the beds are happier to see me than the people in, right? There's this different energy. It's like a very low.
Yes.
At one point, someone said to me, they said, I feel the same way walking into a funeral that I do walking into a hospital. And that's how I knew there was some really tense energy.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about from people providing the service.
Right.
And so one thing I really wanted to see was have inspirational leadership, inspirational practitioners, clinicians who are delivering those services, caring for my parents, right? My family, my loved ones. I would want them to be treated the way that I'm looking to treat these individuals, these patients. And so I think that when you have a company, when you have a facility that looks at the patients and says, how can I show up to make a difference in your life? That what I do every day, when I walk down the floor and smile, it makes someone think like, oh wow, I am enough. Oh wow, I can get through this. Oh yeah, people see me. People see me, not see the injury, right? I remember a dermatologist who was teaching me once said, don't look at the hole in the patient. You have to see the whole patient. You have to look at people in a wholesome way. And I think in business, right, Manor Care especially, and also working with Heartland, it's beautiful that you guys are looking at, okay, what's the health? What are we putting into the people? But also know that scientifically they've seen that it's not just about the food that you put in, it's the emotions going on in the body that impact the digestion, how much of the nutrition you can extract from it, right? How happy a person is, what's going through the emotional, pumping through the blood of the person, impacts everything that you're putting in.
Well,
and what's gonna
I
come
think
out.
it's great that you're doing the pre-planning, because I think that really gives you a benefit to sort of reach out
Yes.
before these decisions have to be made.
Yes.
And then we say the caregiver dies before the person is taken care of.
Yeah, my dad did.
I mean,
3 days before.
my father's 89. I lost my mother.
Right.
My father's killing me because I can't make any decisions for him because he won't come here.
Right.
So the pre-plan is part of this program of growth that you're getting from the moves you're making.
Yeah.
You're making at least a move. Good, bad, or indifferent, we won't know until time. But you're making a move. And that's what I applaud. Because the other people in the industry are not doing that. Now, you can write to me, you can scream at me, show me. I mean, she can't say it, but you know something? I can.
But what took you from healthcare, your doctorate, to business consulting? How did you make that bridge?
It's a great question. So I actually was already doing coaching on the side, but it was more of a hobby. It was more something that I just loved doing. And I was that guy that people just go to and talk to and just felt comfortable. And what happened for me was there was a series of events, but one of them was I saw over and over that I was working on patients who were making the wrong decisions, lifestyle decisions that were leading to them to get the perpetual injuries or to get that chronic inflammation. Or there was actual control that they had in their lives, and no one else had told them about that, which blew me away. No one else had patient had been coming in. She had a chronic condition for inflammation. 2 years she'd been coming into the clinic, which is a very long time. And no one had sat her down and said, why are you doing that? Yeah, but why are you doing that? And she knew what was causing it, but she didn't know why she kept making that decision. And it was an emotional decision to keep doing that. And I thought, if I can help her through that, we can remove the cause that's causing the problem, and then we really treat the issue. 2 weeks later, she stopped coming in. She's like, it's gone. The inflammation's basically gone because the cause was perpetuating the problem is no longer there. And I realized if you can do that in business, you can be in business.
Okay, what was her cause?
So she was in a relationship with someone, and her boyfriend liked buying houses, flipping houses. And what her job was to basically get up on ladders and chairs and whatever and clean down the windows and clean the whole place and make it look shiny, ready for sale. The problem was that she had shoulder problems, so she's spending 5 hours a day like this, right?
She has shoulder problems.
She's wondering why her shoulder hurts all the time.
That's why she has shoulder problems.
She shows up to therapy or the clinic and she's getting shots and she's going, okay, but I'm getting all the treatments. I'm going, yeah, but
repetitive trauma. You're doing repetitive trauma. That's correct.
She's done the floors. That way she didn't have to reach up.
Right.
Covering symptoms but not resolving the problem.
So anyone would say to her, well, just stop doing it. And I said, so but what's causing, you're an intelligent person. Why do you keep doing it? She said, because I think that if I stopped helping out my boyfriend, he'll leave me.
No.
That's not a medical problem.
You need a new guy. Amen.
Right?
You are right.
A new guy. So how do you treat the real issue?
You
Talk
do.
to the emotions of what's going on. And when I helped her do that, she actually came in 2 weeks later. She's like, we broke up. And that is how I knew she was getting
Good for her. Get him out.
He seems a little intuitive to me, this one at the other end of your bookend.
1-800-FREDDIE-FIX-IT. Listen, I'll tell you, get rid of the phone. Are you kidding me? Anybody, you got to reach for anything over your head, don't do it. Simple.
Hilarious. That's a really great story.
Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful perspective, truly.
How can people reach out to you for help in business?
Okay, so the best way to reach me is isaacbardos.com, my website. On social media, LinkedIn and Facebook primarily. You can send me a message there. I do my best. I can't promise. I do my best to personally reach out. If you write to me, especially mention the Brooklyn Cafe, I'll personally do my best to respond. But isaacbardos.com, my number's on there, my email's on there, there's a contact form. Send me a message. Love to hear from you and see how I can help you with your business breakthrough.
Very
Fantastic. Cool. And as far as what's going on with Manor Care,
yeah, what can we cannot say? What can we say? What cannot say? We're on secrecy.
What can we say? We definitely are ProMedica, right? Formerly partners, not for profit. We could say all of those things. One of the great things I can say is we're investing millions of dollars over the next couple of years back into our physical plant. So trying to make those buildings that, again, we were successful for a really long time. We were leaders in this industry. We still have a great clinical outcome result, but our buildings have gotten a little older, like the rest of us have gotten a little older. So we're gonna get right. We're gonna go a little We're gonna go a little lipstick, maybe a little injection, a little lift. We've got some little lift. We've got a little work coming in the next couple year too over several of these buildings. So that's the one thing to look for. And we're really working with our partners in the community. So we're on the background right now trying to figure out exactly what the new branding, what the new naming will look like. Will we still be Heartland, will we still be Manor Care? Will we be ProMedica? And so there's a whole team working through that right now. But
at the end of the day,
we're here right now able
exactly.
to provide care for the patients in this community.
So they take tours? Is that the way it works? You could take
Absolutely.
a tour of facilities. You know, Josh, you're at a facility,
Josh
right?
is
Absolutely.
good about this. They can meet Josh out in the hospital.
have some milk and cookies on the cafe.
Absolutely. So you can definitely reach out to me. My number's provided here on the screen. I'm available to you 24/7. And at our facilities, you can come do a tour. I can meet with you. You can be at any hospital. We have all the way up from Boca all the way up to West Palm JFK. We have people like myself that are able to go out to the hospital and go see you, have a bedside, educate you, educate your family, and make sure that you guys are prepped to make the best decision for you and your loved ones.
And it doesn't cost you anything to take a tour
Not at all.
and to get some information.
And as well, you can visit
You can go
online. Online, we have virtual tours for those who may have trouble getting over there. You can go online and see a virtual tour.
And I would say do your due diligence, and if you don't like the one in Boca, go check out the one in Delray, because you know what? Seriously, because
Check 'em all out.
I have a family member who's in a memory care, and they went to the different umbrellas of the different locations, and they found the one that met the needs for the other families to be able to get to a central location. So check out the facilities, because you know what? You have so many. There is going to be one that's right for you. So just do your due diligence. It's not always easy being the caregiver, which is this community support is so important.
I
you're right.
want to make an
Joining us.
offer for the audience, okay?
Okay.
Anyone who's watching, if you guys want more information, I'm actually creating a 5-part video course. It's short videos. Basically, it harps on the 4 points that I really teach, which is time freedom, profits, productivity, and people. Basically growing each one of those in a systematic way. And anyone who's watching this, we're actually going to launch it for profit, because we do things for profit. Right? But,
okay.
But at the same time, if you're watching this, send me a message. We'll give you a code. And when we launch it, you can get free access to it for the first few days.
Awesome.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for 1 o'clock hour, 888-565-1470. We'll be back, on Friday? 2 and 2?
4.
See you in a few.
A tech story, I'm Nick Miles.
This is Gab 2, the Gab Radio Network.
1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. Get it straight from the expert's mouth on Ask the Experts with host Steve O. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. Talk 1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save money, but how? By calling Debbie at I Will Advisors, that's how, and have her review your homeowner's policy. Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for you. So what are you waiting for? Call Debbie at I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The following message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Sarah is 64 and loves to garden. Recently, her health insurance ran out, leaving her worried about more than just weeds. She called the Elder Helpline and spoke with a volunteer Shine counselor about her options. There, she received free, unbiased counseling on health insurance for those on Medicare. For more information or to volunteer, call 1-800-963-5337 or go to floridashine.org.
This is Talk 1470. WNN.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
You gotta stay on the sound there, buddy. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, part 2. And if you missed part 1, hit rewind, and what happens?
Nothing, unless you
Absolutely
actually rewind
nothing.
it.
We got carried away.
Happy Friday to you. You know, it's amazing how we actually cut it to the last half a second.
I'm still. What happened to my cards? Do I have? Hey Hector, do I have any business cards in there? Yeah. Oh, this. I get them all out. I gotta get new cards.
I have to
But
get new cards
I
also.
want to thank our guests that we had before. It was a brand new crew with Manicare.
With Jennifer and Josh from Manor Care with their big launch, everything that they're doing. But ProMedica is now the parent company of HCR Manicare Heartland, which is incredible.
Not those.
They are now a non-for-profit giving back to the community, which is fantastic. That just officially got launched a month ago. So thank you for launching that on our show. And we've got Isaac Bardos with us. Isaac, we can move this basket and you can have a seat right there. Look at this basket Sylvia brought.
Yeah, let me get that basket.
Sylvia Giroux comes in, she says, "Oh,
Holy
I just came to
smokes.
say hello." And she brings this basket of holy smoke.
What is this? What do you got in
This
here?
basket
Well, you
is-
have wine, chocolate, fresh fruit, cheese, cracker, cookies, all the goodies for a Friday to
You guys
celebrate.
hungry?
Are you married?
And I'm wearing your favorite hat
matching
shape.
hat.
I hope you like it.
I love that.
It's honor.
That is
Honoring you.
That
Oh
is
my
a
goodness.
fantástico.
There's a bottle of wine, we've got some
¿Verdad?
popcorn.
Muy latino, muy,
Muy latino.
muy latina, muy latina.
And I got some news for you. We are
Good.
going to be opening up a studio in Miami.
Woo!
North Miami.
That's
We went out.
amazing.
More studio
Congratulations.
announcements coming out.
And we are what?
A few studio, and we got cheese in there. We'll have to have the kids open it. They're probably hungry.
I'm gonna put this over here because I'm gonna tell you something. That falls on my foot.
That's
It's
a
gonna kill me.
good workout, that basket.
But we're gonna be doing that Latino beat thing that we talked about. We're gonna
Yes.
put that whole thing together.
Well,
We are also
It's
gonna be on
amazing.
remote on Thursday. Where we're going?
Thursday, we're going to be a game of axes, and
You
on
might as well
Friday,
sit over here,
she's
lady.
going to Crazy Uncle Mike's. We've got a lot more going on, and we've got La Chloe lined up. A lot more remotes. People like us out in the community.
That's the name
It's
of the
almost
game.
like being a non-for-profit, except as Isaac says, we really are a for-profit. So
You gotta
it's
be-
kind of that segue we're working out here in
The
business
left hand
development.
is not for profit. The right hand is profit.
It's like vegan, non-vegan.
It's like the vegan and the non-vegan thing. I can't get
It's
that
a
either.
whole lot of bridging going on between what we're doing here. But welcome to our Fun Friday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can find us on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, live streaming all over social media. Is my mic on? I don't know.
No, do you
Only
have
if hear me.
Josh's card?
Yes, I have Josh's card.
You have it?
Josh Perez, yes. You want it?
No, I want you to say the number. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to call this number.
She's saying no. Jennifer's like, no? No, I'm laughing. It's good. It's good. Okay,
I want you to call this number. I want to see 1,000 people call this man so that he can't get off his phone. So I want you, what's the number?
954-995-7336.
Call and take a tour.
Well, here's the key word you're going to hashtag for Josh.
What's that?
Milk and cookies.
That's right. That's what I was going to get to.
Milk and cookies.
And if you call that number, you say, I'm going to do the tour if I get milk and cookies. There you go. That's all I got to say. We're going to brand the Milk and Cookie Man. Right?
We actually did that with a car salesman across the street, Amos at Volkswagen, and he now gives out famous Amos cookies.
He attaches his card to the bags.
Yep.
And everybody knows him as Famous Amos.
See?
Now you're going to be the Milk and Cookie Man.
Because the first time on the cafe, has anyone ever asked for a side of almond milk with their cookies? So there you have it. One-stop shop at the Brooklyn Cafe.
And the group grows.
I prefer champagne.
So welcome, everyone. You can reach out, give us a call, 888-565-1470. I think Blake is on the board, so hi, Blake, to you.
Hello.
Happy Friday, everyone. I hear that?
He said hello.
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 We've got Dr. Singh with us and Dawn DeMarco DeBook. And Sylvia Giroux brings us a spectacular basket. I know the mole is hungry. He's going to eat. I've asked Isaac to stay because I think his concept on business development is just fascinating. So he's going to stay. We got him on the mic, and we just keep going.
It's funny because Isaac said to me, I can only give you 10 minutes, and I'm very busy. And I bet you if we do 3 days, Isaac will stay.
Well, here's the funny thing is Isaac doesn't know you, but Jen G does.
Yeah.
So Freddie sends me the text. Isaac is coming tomorrow. I said, what's Isaac's last name? He said,
Isaac.
Isaac. I said, is that his first name or last name? He says, it's both. We're at NN last night. I said, his name
Isaac,
is Isaac. And you go, yes. So I text
That's
Jen
Freddie
G.
for you.
And I said, Jen G, here's the information I got. She's rolling. She goes, okay, I'm driving right now. I'll send you Isaac's number when I get to the hotel.
But I sent you that.
It was Isaac Bardos.
Okay.
Not Isaac.
But
what
am
is that funny?
am I good at names?
Terrible. I'm lucky I got the Isaac.
I got the mole. I got the animator. Teddy, I'm being nice to because her father was there.
And we're just going to call her Queen.
Queen. Queen?
Yeah.
Queen.
Queenisha. Queen.
Queen. Oh, there you go. I give nicknames to everybody. The book.
Right.
The hat.
But I'm
the
really
dot.
Freddie. I'm sorry. Your co-host is Dawn. Hello, Dawn. You can't forget
Do you know it's
my
taking me
name.
4 years to remember that name?
Oh my God.
And there you have it.
I used to call her Hey You. I used to go, Hey You. How you doing?
Happy Friday, everyone. We've got Dr. Singh back with us. It's been a while.
Yes.
So welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sylvia, we were talking business, and Isaac has some great ideas about emotionally connecting with your business and leveling it up to the next level. And here you come with the basket from Harry and David. Just because, and I'm looking at you thinking, Freddie, did we book her? And I didn't know we booked her.
She never comes empty-handed.
Ever.
She has an open invitation to show up whenever she wants.
Thank you.
And
I
we are going
appreciate
to
it.
push it out, Latino style, English style, however style you want to do it. It just makes a lot of sense because part of the deal about feeling good is the branding aspect, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
You don't have
Good
that
move.
brand going. I mean, look, not too many people come into my show and bring me a sign. I mean, you seen this? I mean, comes from the book.
I think
Now-
I'm sitting in the snorting seat, actually.
And I gotta tell you another story. One day we're sitting here, and she's sitting there, and she says, Dawn wrote a book. Dawn the book. So I said, what's the name of Dawn's book? No, that's her name. What's the name of the book?
He didn't know it's Dawn DeMarco book, and he would always call me DeMarco.
Yes.
DeMarco.
I didn't know your main or married name, whatever the
Maiden
hell.
name is
Maiden-
DeMarco.
The book.
Can't let it go my Italian heritage.
So she says the book, right? So I brand her now the book.
book.
So I tell her you should have a pen that says the book, author the book. Everything should be the book.
I need to ask the book a question. Now that Passover's over, can I come for lasagna and eat the noodles?
Yeah.
On
I just
Passover,
don't
you
like-
can, you can come and eat the noodles on Passover.
like
It's just
the
a matter of
noodles
who's
that I
cooking it
use,
and if they know how
though.
to make it right.
Did you like those noodles?
Honey, I'm used to Chef Boyardee out of a can.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. She has us over and she said, I'm making lasagna. We're shooting a film for a commercial on the Bright
No,
Line.
the
She-
lasagna was already made because I make pans of lasagna and I
Can you
freeze
come for
them.
lunch? And I said, we'd love to come for lunch.
Yeah.
But I can't eat it. So I think I scraped everything
that
around
was
it.
okay, 'cause
But it was
the-
delicious.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny. Freddie loved it.
And
And
the
Teddy,
wine.
next time you're
I didn't
gonna
know I
eat
wasn't
too.
supposed to eat it. I didn't know nothing about no Passover, pass on the.
It doesn't matter.
You can eat noodles on Passover?
If they're gluten free and they don't have wheat and certain flours in them, yes.
True story? Gluten free?
Gluten free and wheat and certain flour.
Yeah.
So that would be called cardboard.
It's 2019. You can eat pretty well on Passover.
You can. It's amazing, isn't
Jews
it?
know how to eat. I have news for you. We know.
Really?
It kind of takes the whole concept of suffrage out in 2019 because you
Well,
can make it.
it's the holiday of
substitutions.
freedom. So what would freedom be if we weren't eating right?
There you have it.
Amen. I
I'm
agree
not
with
gonna say
you.
nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. When I worked in Brooklyn, my father used to send me to go get lunch in the Jewish community. And I'm not saying nothing. There was nothing to eat.
Well, you got a lot of food behind you from Sylvia. And Sylvia, we talked when you were with us at Barrel Amongst.
Yes.
The handwritten card, giving that emotion back to your clients.
That's my branding, and the way I work, it's I'm always grateful, and a way to be grateful is to show people that you are appreciating what they do for you, even if it's just hello, answering a phone call from me, their time. And in my line of work, it's very important. I don't treat clients, I treat friends. And a way to make friends is to show appreciation. thank you notes, little goodie bags, gourmet baskets.
She's always the
wine.
best. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a real estate professional
with
the Kais Company, and the best number to reach me is 754-367-2155. I work in the area of Palm Beach County and North Broward County.
But think how interesting. On our last hour, we talked about, right, you walking down the hospital and people not smiling, right? The staff and people just not smiling towards the patients. And here you come in 2 seconds later with a huge smile and a basket of thank you. So sometimes in business you think, what are we giving the other person? And if it's just a smile and a gesture, what are you getting from it, right? A ride on the bright line. I mean, things that maybe not be financially profitable, but they're emotionally profitable.
Yes.
And
And they build that emotional wealth,
Yeah.
right? Which is what we were
It's
talking
huge.
about before. And the truth is, if someone gets, they've looked at research of people who they're assessing performance in business, and they found that there a greater percentage. I don't remember the number offhand, but there's a greater percentage of people that actually would prefer to get a pat on the back and verbal affirmation, a verbal thank you, verbal well done, than a raise at the end of the year. And they would like to get that consistently throughout the year rather than one chunk of money in December. And the reason they found that is because people want to know that what they're doing matters, because they need to know that they matter. And they're not just part of a cog of the wheel of whatever big company or whatever goals the corporation has, the business has, but that they really make a difference. And money doesn't speak as loud as it used to in terms of showing that appreciation and retaining those employees, which ends up saving the company a lot more money.
It's interesting because the salesman, I've been a salesman over 40 years. When you're in sales and you pop a deal, everybody says, good job, and you get that slap in the back, right?
It's the best. It's the best. It's
But-
the best. Even
what-
better than the money. It's the best when you can get a referral from someone that recommend you because you did a good job and you did a good service. You provide quality of service, and you give your heart. And that's what I do in my business.
But then what do you do when you go cold for 3 weeks? What do
When
you
I-
do when 21 days pass and you don't do a sale? And you're trying everything and anything. And the quicksand gets a little deeper because if you're married, hubby says, hey, chiquita, well, come here. We need to chit-chat a little bit. Or your loved one, your significant other says, you
Yes.
know, the pressure's on. We got to, All of a sudden, that good feeling gets tested, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You get tested very frequently, and you have to be consistent. And the way I do it, I have an indomitable spirit, and I keep going.
And that's the name of the game. Now, a little secret, do more than one thing. And this is what I tell my crew.
Yeah.
I want to do, they say another remote. Yes, I want to do 3. You know why? I'm like a shark. If I don't swim, I drown. The bottom line is if I'm creating the energy you spoke about, then I'm feeling good. Good, bad, or indifferent. I break a camera. The mold breaks a wire. We knock down a light, then knock down a guy, then everybody fell. Whatever. Things happen on everything.
I'm so
right?
sorry I wasn't there.
I thought of you.
Because it's an obstacle course in here, so especially in heels. So it's
Yes, we are going to
It's a
change
trap.
it. We are
It's a
gonna,
trap,
We are going to
actually.
put seats on the ceiling. We're going to slide you in and slide you out.
It's going to be like a water flu.
It's a trap.
But you got to find different methods
Yes.
to continue to be different. Your
And different
touch,
and different approach too.
yes, and your touch is different because there's a lot of real estate people in Florida.
there are
I mean, you
Yes.
you throw a rock, you hit
Tons.
15 of them
No kidding.
before it hits the
Yes.
floor.
right.
But what's different is your style, is your delivery, is your energy, and is your gratitude, which
Thank you.
shows. You can
Thank
see
you.
it, you know? And that is, I think that's a big part of what you were talking about, because that dollar turns to 10 because it's feeling good when you make it. And
But I
that's
like the
way
question
to
we talked about, and we can present it to the ladies before we go to commercial, is if you had one message to leave as your legacy,
What would it be?
Right? What would it
What
be?
would it be?
go. Ooh.
Dawn?
Well, I would say I'm a Christian and Jesus loves you. And I know that's very cliche, but in my heart, Jesus loves every one of us. So that's, if I had children, that's what I would share. But I share that because you know me,
I do.
right? And so that would be mine.
Wasn't that cliche? That's who you are.
Yeah.
Sylvia?
I will say be modest,
Humble.
modesty, courtesy, integrity, self-control, perseverance, and indomitable spirit.
What's that?
That's a lot.
Yeah. A well-balanced life. So having a good foundation of good health, good family, morals, values, having overall, with traveling and business, so just overall well-balanced.
What would you say?
Me?
What, you think I'm skipping you?
No, let's go to you first. She always does this, and then she goes to commercial. Let's go to you.
You know me. I would say be you and have faith. You know what I say to everyone? They always say, that's all I can be. And I said, no, truly be you. Live your purpose and be who you are.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Play big, and when you think you have, add a little bit more.
Did you see Samantha Guthrie's interview last week? And one of her mentors?
No.
From her mentors from school, he said he was kind of weeding out who should be in communications and who shouldn't. And he said usually 20 out of the 40 kids in the class shouldn't be there. And she was one of the ones. And she kept coming back and said, what is your advice? And he said, play big, you've got it. And then he went on, he's one of the national editors for NPR now.
That's going to be me.
And he said, play big. And she said, and that's what she always remembered.
You
is
should
play
big. You should always play big. But you know what? Think about this. You can play bigger.
Isaac?
So in addition to the one that I shared earlier?
Well, no one heard. We're on a new hour now, so you can say the same thing again.
The same thing. I'll share a new piece, which was kind of the runner-up for me, which was live with grace. There's a lot of, we don't control so much of life, but we control how we receive it, how we perceive it, and what we conceive of it, meaning what we make from it. And when you live with grace, you learn to take things and turn the meaning into one that's empowering, because when you take things as it appears initially, it's almost always, if it's not good or it seems negative, it's disempowering, and that's where we start to stop. That's where we hit a roadblock. But when you learn how to perceive things in a way where you're saying, what's good about this? What couldn't be good about this? And you build in the potential that has not yet been born from that situation and see that there's an equal or greater opportunity on the other end of it, I think that you really position yourself to be in a place of personal power and business power.
Very nice. All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, give us a call, 888-565-1470. Thank you all. We'll see you soon.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today. 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, live at 95.3 FM 1470 AM, all over social media, and as Faith Washington says, and on your iHeartRadio app.
And
we
have 4 tickets. If you call in right now, within the next 5 minutes, you will win
4 tickets to the Silver Ball Pinball Museum in Delray Beach. They are all-day in and out passes. So all we say to you is give us a call and do not park in 2-hour parking. That is my message to you. If you're going to do it for the day, find longer than 2-hour parking. Because the city of Delray Beach will find you.
Listen, and I can also say don't park in the train tracks. I mean,
That too.
geez, Louise. I mean, that is not a no standing zone. That is a train track. But call in and you win 4 tickets and just say you heard it on the Brooklyn Cafe when you got down there.
Absolutely. We've got the shoes. I've got Nadine coming later to pick up the shoes that she won from TheraFit.
Yeah,
and
what about
also,
that coupon?
And Lexi. And we do have a promo code, and it's still good for this month. TheraFitShoe.com. They are comfort shoes. They are recovery shoes from sneakers to sandals. There's special technology, and there's little bars that you can put in and out of the heels for more cushion, less cushion. TF15 for TheraFit 15 gets you a special 15% off through the Brooklyn Cafe TV. It is TheraFitShoe.com, and if you are a caregiver and you want the no-slip shoes, because it was National Nurses Week, they had a 30% coupon on, so I think that is good for the whole month. So for caregivers, teachers, it was National Teacher Appreciation Week last week. You can check those out, and those are a given 30%. So TheraFitShoe.com.
And I'm talking to someone at Tenet
One
Hospital.
of Dawn's Friday finds.
One of them. I'm talking to Tenet Hospital, who we're going to talk to the head of nursing, apparently, that trickles down to all their facilities for the nurses, and we need to bring her back so we can take this to another level.
Fantastic.
I have no idea what the hell it means, but a lot of nurses.
And if you want to join us at Game of Axes next week, you may want to get those TheraFit closed-toed shoes.
You
Just
ain't lying.
saying,
You ain't lying.
because I'm going to be throwing axes.
Steel-toe shoes. This portion of the show is brought to you by Pure Wave. Our friends at Pure Wave who have helped me help. The word is help, not fix. Help me with my diabetes and my chronic, what do I got on my legs?
Neuropathy.
I am so tired. I am exhausted.
And you want to do more remotes?
Yeah, why not?
Remember, he's a shark. He
He's
needs
a
to be
shark.
I need to
moving.
swim. That's what happened. I ain't swimming.
Is there a way to have something
No.
that's automatically portable so you guys don't have to always pack up?
Is there
It's
a
an
way that
interesting
you
concept.
can? Is there a way that you can bring your jewelry without having to carry it and
Yeah,
sell it?
you know what? If I had
Pictures?
extra cash for
Extra
a
cash.
second line, I could carry it in my portfolios.
Let
that
me
I had
introduce you
on
to
the
Isaac
train.
Bardos.
Yeah.
Isaac, meet Dawn DeMarco. She would like some extra capital so she could have a second line of jewelry that she does not have to continue to pack up and
Right.
unpack.
Yeah, but you need to show the jewelry.
I
It
know
can't
they
be,
have to try it
It
on.
can't be
You're-
pictures.
It's such a
Yeah.
such a personal thing.
Yeah, that's
to
why I
try
carry-
on,
I
so
carry 6
It doesn't work that way.
6 sets of lights and 14 cameras
Yeah,
on
I
nails
get it
because they
because
need
I'm the
to.
same way. It's not like
And that's why we have the animator to do all of that.
That's right.
We
Okay,
have
we got
also
Doc.
Dr. Singh with us from Aspire Health, and you were on. I always lose track of time. How long has it been since you were with us? It's
A
been
year now.
already?
Yeah.
Has
it's been a
anything
year.
happened?
Yeah, so I'm growing. Things are going
How
really
tall are you
well.
now?
Yeah. I want to be 6 feet, but no. Yeah. Yeah, the practice is growing. I'm really enjoying it. It's able to grow at a pace that I can handle. Patients are really happy, and like she was saying, you know, once you get one patient that loves you, they're your salesperson. You know, they're going out advocating for me. So I'm getting a lot of patients.
So tell us what
and-
you're doing.
So I'm a family physician that's doing medicine a little different, where patients pay a low monthly membership for unlimited visits
Oh, I
in the
remember
office,
her.
as well as access to me through cell phone, text message, email, and video chat. I'm also a Reiki instructor, a yoga teacher, and I'm board certified family physician. So I see newborns all the way up to adult patients.
Why are you laughing? I remember the club. This is a genius
It is
idea.
genius.
Genius. I
Love
tried to
that.
get her to come and
You
do
know why
something.
I laugh? It's because
It just went on.
you booked her.
So?
When you book people, you would think they know what they were doing.
What are you talking about? I changed this guy's name.
Isaac, yes.
Yeah, I don't need the
Isaac
name. I
squared.
just need the person. Now remember
I think
when you were
Dr.
here with the club.
Your concept is remarkable
It
because
is.
it's not a $1,500, $2,000 a year program. It's a nominal fee.
What is the fee?
So the fee's actually on the card there, and it's ranged from $39 all the way up to $99 based on your age. So it's a tier based on an age.
And you
That's
get the medical services for 99. I mean, I'm sure I'm a 99er.
So
I know for a fact.
You would be in the 89er range.
99
like me.
because that's
Yeah.
Yeah, you also get telemedicine access too. So I have patients
that.
as far as West Palm, as south as Homestead, on the west coast in Naples that come to me once, and then after that, everything's done through telemedicine.
Well, do you do telemedicine across the table? Because Freddie has this thing on his hand.
I got a rash. What do I do for a rash? I'm serious. I really do.
We'll take a look at it after.
There you go.
Do a consult. Yeah.
How do you join? How do you join?
consult. You just go online to the website, which is www.aspirehealthcenter.com, and you just enroll. Once you enroll, my staff or myself will personally call and make an appointment. My appointments are about like 2 hours with my patients. So I spend
2 hours? I don't even get 2 minutes with mine.
Exactly. So it's really spending time with patients, learning about them, building a relationship with them. So when they actually do call me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's so and so. You know, the model is just to keep it small and to really give a personalized care.
Do you remember that I said to you, I went to see my cardiologist, and I've known her for over a year, and I went in with my hat, and she says, I know you. I go, Doc, I hope so. It's me. She says, huh, that's you, Freddie? And then she called, and then she knew who I was. Sometimes you go see these doctors, you get maybe 2-3 minutes.
Right.
You know, 2 hours is a very long time.
So I was in practice with a larger facility in Lakeland, Florida. I saw about 30 to 40 patients a day. Wow. So I was a well-milled oil machine where I had 5 staff members, 6 office rooms, and patients were just in and out. I was playing hardcore techno music in my office just to keep like rolling. Now in my office it's nice spa music, and we're taking our time and we're really getting to know patients. And I even see newborns, so it's fun. I had a little newborn, well not newborn, but a 1-year-old in the office today that was running around bare feet in the carpet, and it doesn't feel like a doctor's office. You know,
that's the new way.
How did you come up with this concept?
So it's actually, I will not take the credit. It is called direct primary care, and there's over 1,000 doctors doing this right now. There's a website called DPC Frontier, and you can see for a local DPC doctor in your area, and it's been around since 1990s.
And that's the one with the computer? Is that where you talk to somebody on the computer?
No. DPC Frontier is a website where you can literally see the entire United States and see all the doctors that are doing this concept.
Or this particular piece?
Yeah, so we're all each individually owned. We kind of have our own niche. So I do Reiki, I do functional medicine, I do holistic Ayurvedic medicine, I also do yoga one-on-one with my patients. So each practice has their own unique concept and what they want to do.
You know, I'm thinking here. When we were down at Carmen Laser, that we introduced the new you see what Leslie's doing? This new concept?
I was not able to watch
the 21-day retreat?
Do a 21-day retreat.
Okay.
And they do the food aspect of it, but she could do some of this other stuff in there. I'm actually reaching out. I did it to the Marriott on Atlantic Avenue. Somebody that I know knows the head of it, the president. I'm trying to get the Marriott to put in a show there so that you can rent out rooms there, because she's doing 4 at a time. I want to do 20 at a time. But I'm thinking this could be a little something to that, right? To fit it in.
Are you part of your program? Does that include labs, any of them?
So no, it's not included labs, but I have low cost for my members for labs. So say a cholesterol panel is $5.
Wow.
An A1C that checks blood sugar for the past 3 months is $5. A CBC that checks your white blood count, red blood count, platelets, $4. So labs, I have a discounted rate agreement with LabCorp. And I can get a lab. Exactly. $5 compared to. So about 25% of my patients have insurance, but they still utilize me because they understand that it's so difficult to get in with their doctor. You know, it's so difficult to actually pick up the phone and talk to their doctor or text their doctor or email their doctor. And I'm there directly texting me, emailing me, sometimes actually getting me on the phone. And so, you know, getting a same day or next day appointment. If it's an urgent matter, I even open my office after hours or on the weekends if I'm around. So they appreciate and they know the value of it. So they don't mind paying for insurance as well as paying for myself because they may have a high deductible plan. So every time they go to the doctor, they're paying a copay. So my prices are similar to what a copay is for one visit.
Right.
And so if they can get unlimited visits as well as access to me on the phone, you know,
That's
they don't.
huge. That's like it's a concierge service, basically.
Similar, similar,
Wait a
yes,
minute,
similar.
Doc. So let me get this right. Me, the diabetic, if I need my A1C, it's $5.
Yes, and so for example, for a diabetic, I try to bring them back. If they're a new patient to me, I try to bring them back every week, or a new patient with high blood pressure every week, every 2 weeks, or they're showing me pictures of what their sugars are doing, and I'm trying to adjust it because I really want to get them off of medications. I'm giving them supplements that are, you know, more holistic, herbal type of supplements to remove those medications that have side effects, unfortunately. I'm working with their diet. I have a nutritionist, a clinical nutritionist that works with me. So we're working on the whole body.
And this is the whole in the plan?
It's in the plan, yeah.
It's interesting, is what we
It's
talked
in
about
plan.
when you were going through your program, Isaac, that, right, the doctor says to you, this dermatologist, you need to look at the whole patient, not the hole in the patient.
Exactly.
Yep, right on.
Right? And that's what I was going to ask you. And when you're working with diabetes or congestive heart failure, you say to Freddie, you know, here's your insulin, here's your metformin, I'll see you back in 6 months, but you don't.
No,
You give them
I
a
want to
plan
see them
help.
sooner.
But you also give them a plan of
Yes.
ideas to say, try these foods, try these supplements.
Mhm.
It's the part that most clinically trained physicians either were not trained to do or they don't have the time because they're this machine of 30,
Right.
40 patients
Yes,
and the
it's this
turnover
machine.
for the financial gain.
After I see a patient, I send them a detailed email of everything we talked about,
How do
what
you
my
do- how do you
what my
remember that?
suggestions.
She's not seeing as many people.
Yeah, so the
Patients
idea
as
is to keep the amount of people to like not seeing 5,000 people. My
Right.
last practice, I had 5,000.
That's
So
crazy.
in this practice, the idea is to keep a lower, you know, percentage of patients, and then once I fill my panel, then I can bring on another doctor that starts their own panel. So right now, it's just myself filling my panel.
That's amazing.
And are any of these family plans?
Yes, so I do have a family discount. I have couples discount. I have small business programs. So businesses can actually have their employees sign on,
Interesting.
which is then tax, you know, they get tax reimbursed, as well as the new law for 2019, when you go about doing your taxes, you're not going to get penalized for not having health insurance.
Yay.
So because you're not, so this is another option, you know, for those. I still believe in insurance or having some type of
Safety
care,
net, right.
safety net, like catastrophic plans, health sharing plans like we discussed, or a high deductible plan. Because, you know, it's similar to like car insurance, I like to say. We have car insurance for emergencies, but we still have to change our tires,
Maintenance.
oil the car, you know, put gas in it. So I want to be that maintenance person. I want to help you with your wellness, with a good foundation to give you better quality of life.
And with these plans, then if he comes to see you 10 times, it's still under the flat fee. You're not
Yep.
paying each
Nope.
time you go.
Nope.
So you're not paying for Access Plus.
Right.
This is, because see, that's the difference between concierge. Because concierge, you pay,
You pay additional
you pay your
one-time.
access,
Okay.
right? And then every time you go, it's either your
There's a
copay,
fee?
it's
Okay.
insurance,
They hit
whatever
you
it
for
is.
whatever you pick on the menu.
Yeah.
Right, so that's just the access. You include the access plus the visit, and all of your services
She-
are within that fee.
You offer platinum service.
There you have it.
But what I love about this, you know, this is a big trend that's going on. We have a show that we do today from 5 to 6, and he does the same thing for legal services. He doesn't do billable hours.
Right.
He's a flat fee. I think this is outrageous. I remember we
In a
tried to
good way.
get you. No, I mean it's outrageous across the board. We tried to get her to come down and do a segment, but you got busy.
Busy.
And here it is a year later. Is this are people becoming more and more trusting of this
Yes.
particular deal?
Yes, it is growing, definitely.
And the telemed program, because I guess ideally you could go for your yearly checkup, but if you've got a rash or something else, you don't want to go down. You're still in Plantation?
Yes.
To go down there, see your neck of the woods, Quenisha.
Yeah.
That you can do it. You can look at a rash. You can, I don't know what you do with ears and throats. I know there are adaptable devices now that people can get for their phones, right?
But just talking to somebody, getting a good history, I can take care of them.
Interesting.
Unless I don't feel comfortable, then I'm like, okay, I need to see you.
That's the death card.
Yeah.
Especially that helps with the kids.
Yes,
A
exactly.
lot,
So I have a lot of kids, you know, parents,
The kids show up.
new moms. They're frantic. They need that reassurance. So I mean, I had a mom, you know, just 2 days ago, oh, I think my child's not breathing well. You know, I hear a lot of congestion. I think they're wheezing. I'm like, bring them in. Then like, oh, well, I think she's fine now. I'm going to wait. I was like, no.
Yeah, you don't mess with that.
I don't want to wait. I want you to bring them in. I want to reassure you. Even if it's 5 minutes, let me just listen. Let me look at her. And so I kind of walked Mom through of different things, what to look out for, so she felt more comfortable.
I love it.
And as far as what you're doing for business building, Isaac, do you see your niche in any of or all of these ladies?
So when it comes to figuring out how do you scale, so I mean, I love your model of having that membership. I definitely have had businesses where they're looking to move from their current business model to another one, or their current business model is working so well, now they're looking to scale without increasing overhead and while being able to have a sweet profit margin. So that would be something that I've seen with people who have either a law practice or accounting practice, even physicians or physical therapists that offer that kind of private membership system. I've definitely worked with a number of realtors or people in the, I guess, wealth and property management profession. Something that I've seen for that is where people also have a certain a discounted program where basically if you are referring people, you're referring friends, you let someone know about the neighborhood, right? There's going to be a house being for sale, it's going to be listed. People in the block know, so they have a system where people who are living on the block where the house is about to go on the market, they let the realtor know, they get a certain appreciation, and if they're looking to sell their house, they also get, a certain thank you. Big wink with some green stuff, meaning dollars
or a
and
cheese
cents.
basket and some popcorn, however you want to
Right,
work
or
it.
popcorn, right? But there's this relationship that's built, and
Yes, that's what it's all
people
about.
find that that's actually very lucrative to find ways where the people who are in the real estate areas where you're serving are actually looking out for you because they feel you're looking out for them. I actually don't know what you do yet.
I'm a
because you haven't
jewelry
spoken
designer.
about that. Okay.
But I give back on every portion to non-for-profit.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I do the same.
It's very
I do
emotional
5 to 10.
business for me.
Well, you got 3 different levels of business
Yeah.
here, right? I mean, I know what you do, and in the real estate game, it's more about life-changing.
That's emotional too.
That's very emotional
Oh my
too. You'll be surprised
I-
how many emotions I get. I have to handle.
and then you got to be a priest and
Right.
a rabbi at
Yes.
the same time because you got the husband and the wife, and the two of them have 2 different ideas of what life should look
That's
like.
other thing too. I have to be a counselor.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you got to separate
And
the
to
fighting.
look at that sweet spot, I want a nice kitchen and I need that super garage. Okay,
I
let's
need-
find the perfect house.
I need $1 million house for $1.99. Things of that
They
nature.
say moving is
Yeah.
more stressful than getting married.
They say so, and it's
As a study I just heard that moving is more
Yes.
stressful than even planning a wedding.
Especially when you are in that point that you are selling and you are buying.
Oh yeah.
And you have the pressure that you have to get out of your house by a certain time, and then you have to close on your new house because it can happen. You can be homeless.
I want to ask you, because we're going to go to commercial real quick. When you're going to sell a house, should you make it all white?
The house.
Yes.
What you mean? What you mean all
Like
white?
paint it all white. In other words, no colors, very cold, very neutral.
It depends the house.
Big house.
Big house. I will use white because white don't show warmth.
Okay. Right.
So if you really
That-
want to show the house, you have to stage a little bit the house. You have to give a little idea what the rooms show. Like the kitchen, you cannot put a plenty white kitchen without anything. You have to give them some character to the rooms.
Like a copper
Cookie,
hanger.
yes,
Cookies
and coffee, and Brooklyn Cafe.
That's
We need
what we should
Brooklyn
do.
Cafe.
We
in
should
the
stage the
kitchens.
house. They should each get a bag of our coffee.
Yes.
When you sell your house, they can each get a bag of
Exactly.
Brooklyn Cafe coffee. It's like a
We'll
welcoming
go talk
wagon
to your
thing.
broker.
We should do it.
And we'll
You
take
talk
a,
to me.
We'll talk to you. We'll put a
Talk to me.
We're doing that right now.
We'll put a case. We'll give you a case, and we'll put the coffee in the kitchen. But
Absolutely.
it's
You
a great time.
you'll be surprised how people feel, wow, this is a great room for my kids. This is a playroom. Because sometimes people don't visualize the spaces. So you have to give them a little hint.
It's all in the staging. All right, more to come. Give us a call. 888-565-1470. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Do you want to enhance your love life with flowers? Rejuvenate love, life, health with flowers from Blossom Moments? Weekly deliveries to your home, your business, hospital, or even senior centers. Give us a call at 561-951-6343. Blossom Moments could also coordinate your wedding or event. Contact Blossom Moments at bmgevents.net. For all of your floral event needs, large or small, call Blossom Moments. 561-951-6343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You don't make it? Welcome back and welcome back. You don't make it?
I do. She said, I thought you don't cook, and I said I do. Only for Freddie.
Yeah, right.
No one
Everybody's
else eats
eating
what
that
I
soup.
eat.
That's
I
not
know,
true.
Michelle loves it also.
Yeah, Michelle loves it, and your son loved it, he said.
No, he hasn't tried it. Did he?
He told me he loved it.
I don't know.
Somebody snuck it in there.
Well, you should see what my refrigerator looks like. It's a lot of orange soup.
Is it?
A lot of soup.
Listen, this part of the show is sponsored by our good friend Paul Variato from
Cruise Planners, cruiseoptics.com. I heard from you that
That's
Paul booked a big gig yesterday when he was on remote with us.
That's right, Arizona, a group of 30. Also, I hear that Paul is going to perhaps be our first Comcast candidate.
Tell us about that, Comcast.
Comcast, you are able to come with us and we will put together the production. We'll shoot the commercial. You can be on 17 different channels for a very negotiable, reasonable rate.
Real Comcast.
With the commercial. Real Comcast
Comcast
television.
TV.
Comcast television show.
17 channels. Comcast Xfinity.
Channel 12, Channel 5, when you turn on the television.
So we can, unless you have your own commercial you want to use and you just want the airtime, we can create, produce, put it all together and get you the Comcast package. And we can pick your region. You've got Boca, Delray.
All the way up to
all the way
Orlando.
South, North. You just tell us the area and we can get you all that information.
And they're very excited about the place we're opening up down in Miami. And the crew is also, we are available for remotes. If you have a business and you want us to come out and do this wackiness, I don't know who the hell would want you to do that, but we come out and we will promote your business and we will bring all our friends as long as we can have a fun time.
Always got to have some fun.
Always.
Give us a call for anything at 888-565-1470. Blake, I hope that message pad is going forward.
I hope somebody calls Blake because he's sleeping.
You know what today was? Today was Friday.
Yeah, I'm
We
here.
don't have anyone
No,
coming
I
on the
know,
show today.
I know. Yes, I heard him. What's today?
Friday.
So what's mine?
remember I said I don't even know who we have coming on the show? There are people that tag the show and say, I'm looking forward to being on the Brooklyn Cafe next week. And I said, Freddie, did you book this lady? And he said, didn't I tell you? I'm like, no, Dr. Singh. He goes, you booked Dr. Singh. I said, I just never got confirmation, but it's all good. I'm glad everyone sends confirmation.
Now, do you want to know how I got them? Well, she just showed up, and I don't know where she came from. But you know what I do? What? I say, why don't you talk about the growth of women empowerment in business?
Yes.
Right? Because that's what's happening all around us.
This is what is happening right now.
It is. I think guys have to learn how to take a step back and take a deep breath, because it ain't a man's world no more. It never was.
I don't think men need to take a step back. I think women need to take a step forward.
Well,
I think that's equality thing. No one should be in front of the other.
If I put the animator in front of that door, if I put the
animator stands in front of me, we might have our problem.
You can't get by.
You're going to be my bodyguard.
He's got to take a step back.
No, just next to me.
Do you know that things work better? And he left, but things work better when you have unity within men and women, and you know, I mean, why can't we just get all
support
along?
each other?
Big
That's
marvel.
what you need and want.
That's exactly it.
And
sitting next to each other.
Empowerment.
And I've always said,
and
I've always said we should have a women's president. Men have done nothing but mess up the planet. Give a woman a chance.
Women are going to the moon.
Yes, in 2024.
Just wait till the remote we do in 2025.
A giant. You know, the trip to the moon,
Alice.
They are taking people for 2024 if you want to go to the moon.
I know, and we're going to 2025.
We should take the Brooklyn Cafe to the moon. Why not?
I'm waiting for them to get the kinks out of the whole program, and then we'll go.
And then we'll go 1 year later.
I'm going to have a flag made, and I want them to take the flag. I ain't going up there.
Dylan, you in? Dylan's not going.
See, guys.
Teddy, you in? Teddy will go on any adventure with me.
Yeah, I know. That's what scares me. Did you see when we went to the boxing ring? And this one got into the boxing ring, and this one's over like this, and this one's on the ground. It was the funniest picture I've ever seen. How come you didn't blow that picture up? It was hilarious. Why? Because you were Rocky the Balboa?
Because it wasn't real. Teddy was kind enough to stage that with me, so it was just a stage picture.
Nobody has to know that.
But, you know, I'm always honest. But here's the question Freddie posed to me yesterday, and our answers were kind of funny, but I'm not going to say it.
Here it comes.
If you were to win the lotto, the whatever, this weekend, what would you do?
What I do first?
What would you do immediately now? I just tell you, listen, congratulations, you just won $10 million. What would you do right now?
I would scream, and then I would call my financial advisor and my accountant.
That's the first thing you would do?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
What I would do? Well, I follow you. I will scream, and then I wouldn't talk. That's it.
I know, shock would then
I'll be shocked. I'll be like,
all right,
that's it.
Funny,
and then I think about it.
Financial advisor part of
Oh,
it.
totally. Yeah, no, because you want to do it right, and you don't want to go, you go those people who go forward right away. Mm-hmm. You want to know what tax ramifications you have, what you're going to do with the money, how you're going to take it.
So you're already renting space in your brain.
No, I'm just.
But let me tell you
why.
Let me show you something. Wait, hold on. Doc, what would you do?
I would call my family and just be excited.
So you just want everybody to be at your house because everybody say,
let's just celebrate.
It's called I love you.
I love you.
You ever notice how much people love you when you have a lot of money?
I wonder what the kids would do.
What would you do, Teddy?
Call her dad. Mm-hmm. Dylan, what would you do?
I'd probably give it to the Alzheimer's organization.
Give it to
He wouldn't even
Alzheimer's.
keep it. What would you do, Queen?
Student loans. Hector, what would you do?
Right, exactly.
Find a good hitman.
That's the wise thing to do.
The first thing you got to do is you got to get up to Tallahassee to cash the ticket. So, getting up there now becomes, you can't drive, right? Are you going to drive up to Tallahassee? You're going to fly? You ain't going to take a plane, right? So the first thing you got to think about is you got to get up there.
Why wouldn't you take a plane?
Are you crazy? That plane may go, and I'm out 10 yards.
Yeah, but you could drive and the same thing could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not driving. I call, hey, Mr. DJ. Limo services. I take a limo, fully decked, with my ticket. Now, you got to remember, this ticket, you have to put in something that's not going to be sweaty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call nobody.
Not in the bottom of my purse of death, nothing like that.
Nothing. And they have all those things waiting for you. Financial plans, everything's there. You
Yeah,
can pick
I want to
your
know
own.
my financial
Yeah, you can
planner.
pick your own. You can pick your own. But the first thing is you got to get there.
Yeah, that's
because
true. No.
because you're a nervous wreck, right? Screaming.
Oh, I'd be drinking too,
shot.
champagne.
So I guess you can't go to Publix on that one.
Just get the money first, just to make sure.
Now, would you continue to work?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
10
I
million
love what I do. But you know what? I'm very, listen, you know I have a big heart. I would be giving a lot of that money.
Well, you have to
away.
be careful because now you're worth 10 million, 100 million, whatever. You're not a normal
Yeah, but that's
person.
not your take-home pay. Trust me. Not
It
after
doesn't
the
matter if
government
you
gets
take home
its hands.
$10 million. You gotta be careful because you got what? This is a crazy world we live.
But that's why you need your financial advisor and your accountant. Circle back.
Blake, what would you do if you won $10 million?
Not work here.
Blake would continue to be the board out.
What would you guys do?
What would you do?
Me?
Yes.
Go to church.
Go to church.
First thing I do is go to church.
And thank the Lord. You can thank.
I
the
gotta
Lord.
thank somebody.
Gotta thank the Lord initially.
I gotta
yeah.
thank somebody in hiding.
Yeah.
Because I know the moment I tell my kids or anybody else, I will have a lot of company. It's that love thing. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Yep.
I mean, all that business will get taken care of. But the first thing I got to take care of is me.
Yeah.
Because I got to
Totally.
go cash that check. Yeah, I
True
got to go
that.
get that money. And I got to figure out, do you take lump sum? Which-
you take the lump sum.
Which I heard you
Yeah.
should take because Lotto may
Would
be
you
bankrupt.
continue working?
Absolutely, yes.
Would
See?
you?
Yes. I would do this. I don't know about the other stuff. Because this is fun. No, I would continue to work. I'm stupid enough to
But
do
you
that.
could do it in
but
a
I would,
different way.
I would
Yes.
pay Dylan very well. I'd pay Teddy even
Well,
better.
that was the conversation. That's how it
And
came
Hector
up.
better,
We talked
everybody.
about it, and he said, "What would you do?" And he goes, "I'd pay Dylan and Hector." And I go, "I paid Teddy and Dylan and Hector." So it was funny because we had the same thing. But we didn't tell each other the answer until the answer came.
Yes.
It was all about which of you guys could we continue to pay and
Right.
do what we do and just go bigger.
Well,
and,
I would
not worry,
say-
and not worry about packing the mics
Well,
up every
see,
other
that's-
day,
that's
right?
the thing.
Have a whole nother
Right.
set of mics, have a whole nother set of
You get a
lights.
studio, you get a building. But I would say, let me see how good your merengue is. Let me see how your dance works. You show me what you got. I'll finance it. I'm gonna go to the Caribbean. I'll be back in
Dylan's
6 months.
happy. He's waiting for that payoff. Look, he's already living the dream. Look at his face. That's what you gotta love about Dylan.
He's
you know
thinking
what?
about it.
He talk about thoughts becoming things. His thought right now is, I got this. They're going to pay me. They're going to win $10 million, or I'm going to give it all to Alzheimer's. Like, the beauty of his face right now is remarkable.
He doesn't even say I'm gonna buy a cow or anything. He's just gonna give it all away. Now you have a business where you help people. Another one over there. Would you pump any money into those businesses and those parts of your life?
Yeah, I would, do maybe like a scholarship program for people who aren't
Yeah.
able to afford healthcare and be able to. I mean, once every 2 weeks, I go to the Miami Mission and I volunteer there 4 hours. So I would do more volunteer work and.
When do you
and
have time?
I know. I
But
it,
that's
it's
the
stuff
thing,
that
you put
I
that
love.
first, everything
Yes.
falls into place.
So it's something
Seriously.
that I love, and it helped me when I started the business to just kind of stay in medicine, and I was volunteering while I was getting my
And
business
how long have
together.
you been in medicine?
Over 10 years after training.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do people find you if they want to be a part of your program?
They just go to my website, aspirehealthcenter.com.
ASPIRE.
Yes.
Not Inspire, Aspire.
Aspire.
Aspire. And Sylvia, how do they find you?
The best way to reach me is red call 754-367-2155, and I'm on Facebook also, Sylvia Torra, real estate professional.
And Dawn, you have a new short code?
280800. Type life, hit send.
Get all the information. Have a great weekend, everyone. Be kind to each other. Be safe. We'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. It's UBI.
Don't drink and drive, and don't be late.
Pure Wave. Supercharge your cells. Energize your body with Pure Wave therapy. Internationally patented, Pure Wave technology helps eliminate radiation from modern electronic devices which can cause chronic disease. Pure Wave technology strengthens the immune system and metabolism while activating hormone production. PureWaveNow.com, 561-965-7777. Are you ready for improved cell regeneration, less discomfort, a longer, healthier, vital life? Contact purewavenow.com for your consultation. Non-invasive technology promotes relaxation, a better quality of life, and more energy. Call PureWave Now at 561-965-7777. purewavenow.com.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.